Um, do you need us, you have 10 minutes. Do you need us to give you a 1-minute warning, or are you good with your time?
I think we're good.
Okay, and then when you're done, if you'll just move your stuff just over to the side and then just come in, we'd like to have just a little chat with you for a few minutes. And you can start when you come ready.
Okay. Hello, I'm Mackenzie.
And I'm Noah. We'll be performing a skit about the Manhattan Project. The White House, 1939. America hasn't entered World War II yet, but a small group of scientists know that the Germans are close to developing the world's first atomic bomb. They ask Albert Einstein to sign their letter letting President Roosevelt know.
Dear President Roosevelt, I am very concerned over the fact that the Nazis here in my home country of Germany are dangerously close to building a nuclear bomb. I recommend that you Americans find a way to build an atomic bomb before they do. You will need a lot of people to work on this assignment.
Dear Mr. Einstein, I will find the scientists, and we have a few locations we can use, including Los Alamos, New Mexico. I know a great scientist named J. Robert Oppenheimer who can help get the project going.
You will need uranium and plutonium to create the bomb. Although we have not yet successfully created nuclear fission, we do have some theories. You must find a way to isolate isotopes from uranium and plutonium.
I will have the military and our top scientists get started right away. But how do we keep the whole thing a secret from the Germans?
You should call it the Manhattan Project so the Germans don't think you're building an atomic bomb.
That is an excellent idea. You truly are very intelligent. Thank you for helping us, Mr. Einstein.
You're very welcome, and good luck.
Los Alamos has become a large military city with a population of over 130,000 people working on various parts of the project. The scientists at Los Alamos are finished with their first bomb, but now they need permission to test it.
Hello, President Roosevelt. This is J. Robert Oppenheimer speaking. We are ready to test the bomb, and we need your approval.
Excellent work. I suggest that we test it at Alamogordo, New Mexico.
That is a great idea. I will meet you there. We will need somewhere safe to be when the bomb explodes, but also something that will act as an observatory. I recommend we build a tower so we can see the bomb from a distance.
I will hire some people to get a tower built. This bomb could help us end the war. Two months later, they are ready to test the bomb. Welcome to Alamogordo. What do we know about the destruction this bomb can create?
Well, in 1942, some of our scientists thought that a large enough nuclear explosion would ignite the entire Earth's atmosphere. But that was later proven false.
Yikes! I sure hope so.
What we know so far is that in the case of a 1 megaton bomb, people up to 13 miles away would experience flash blindness on a clear day. Mild burns would occur anywhere up to 7 miles away. Third-degree burns will occur anywhere up to 5 miles away. Third-degree burns covering 24% of the body or more will likely be fatal. If we decide to drop this bomb on Hiroshima, it will be far smaller than a 1 megaton bomb. But temperatures can still reach up to 500,000 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 300 times hotter than the temperature bodies are cremated at.
Wow, this gives me a lot to think about. Are we able to test the bomb?
Yes, but I'm worried about the blast. Let's get far away from here. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. On December 6, 1941, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. The U.S. fought against the Axis powers until May 1945, when the war in Europe had ended. President Roosevelt has died, and so we find the new President Truman realizing that the quickest way to make the Japanese surrender is to use the atomic bomb.
I believe that the only way to make the Japanese surrender is to use the Manhattan Project.
We will need a big enough plane to carry the bomb.
We will use a plane called the Enola Gay to drop the bomb. It is a Boeing B-29 Super Fortress bomber. The U.S. has spent $2 billion on the Manhattan Project. How does it work?
First, we had to obtain enough uranium to create the bomb. Little Boy was constructed using a gun-type design which fires one amount of uranium and another to combine the two, which will then set off a chain reaction which will eventually detonate the bomb. But the two masses of uranium must combine quick enough in order to avoid the spontaneous fission of the atoms. Otherwise, the bomb will fizzle and die out.
I have threatened Japan with prompt and utter destruction, yet they refuse to surrender. We must end this war. We will drop the bomb on Hiroshima, one of Japan's biggest cities.
On August 6, 1945, the U.S. dropped the first atomic bomb on Hiroshima.
We are 50 miles away from the drop zone, Colonel Tibbets.
This blast can make you go blind. Captain Lewis, please put on these goggles.
There it is, Hiroshima. Get ready to drop Little Boy. I can't believe one bomb can do that to an entire city.
Three days later, the U.S. dropped a second bomb called Fat Man on Nagasaki. This caused the Japanese to finally surrender on September 2, 1945. The two bombs killed approximately 110,000 people on the days they were dropped. Over an additional year, 80,000 to 100,000 people continued to die due to the effects of burns, radiation sickness, and other injuries. In both cities, most of the dead were civilians.
While the destruction was enormous, Truman felt that it was the only way to end a war that had ravaged the world for years on end. He was advised that refusing to use the bomb and continuing the war effort would result in 250,000 deaths of American soldiers and many more in Japan. The Manhattan Project was the dawn of the nuclear age, however, remains the only time nuclear weapons have been used in human history.